Oh my God, this has got to be like take number 15 on the intro. I don't know what it is, but with YouTube videos, sometimes the hardest part of doing it is actually the intro. But it feels like 3 cups of coffee in, the brain's clicking, the wheels are turning, and I can look at the camera and say, hey, what's up? Thanks a lot for tuning in today. I'm Blitz with the Survival Outpost, the head honcho in charge here, and today's video is gonna be all about satanic meth smoking gunmen, white supremacy, mass shootings, gun control, and how the events that have like played out over the past couple weeks have shaped or actually reshaped my view on everyday carry and made me think, hey, that tactical EDC pack and that whole deal is cool, but really, I should tone it down a ton. So we're gonna discuss that and more, including my new Grayman EDC pack by Maxpedition. So I think you guys are gonna like this video. I've switched up the content a little bit just to generate a little more conversation and kind of see where you guys are, you know, where your brains are at, how you guys are thinking about these mass shootings and how they might impact your day-to-day life. So let's go ahead and jump into it, starting now. So here's the setup, guys. Recently I went on vacation. I needed a break. It's one of those like into summer vacations, you know, family time, working out a little bit, hanging out on the beach, lounging by the pool, and I found myself, I guess it was on Saturday, it's in the evening or whatever, you know, we've been busy all day and the kids and my wife had gone out to get some food or whatever. Anyway, I'm laying there in the hotel bed, flipping through the channels, and I hit CNN and boom, there's Wolf Blitzer's face and he's like talking about this mass shooting. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Ding, 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 you know, my ears perk up. And, you know, this dude walked into Walmart and just started blasting everybody, El Paso, Texas. And I'm just like thinking like, oh man, here we go again. So just like clockwork, the media machine spins into gear, queuing up all the calls for gun control, all the outrage, all the finger pointing, who you know, whose fault is this, whose fault is this? I mean, I don't know, maybe it's the crazy guy with the gun, but that's just me. And, you know, just like that, I'm getting, you know, sucked back into this news cycle, and I had done such a good job of staying disconnected from it because I found myself, I don't know, I guess it was about 6 months ago, where I was just starting my day out by looking at the news, and that might sound, you know, innocuous and not a big deal, but when the news is designed to just feed you a giant stream of negativity and give you the impression you have control over something, which you don't, it's just a bad vibe to start life off with, to start every day off by just ingesting all this negativity. So I'd done a great job of staying disconnected from it, but you know, all of this just gets me sucked right back in. But this time, it was a little bit different. Instead of getting on social media, instead of posting a bunch of memes and arguing with a bunch of leftists about a bunch of shit that I'll never change their mind about and they'll never change my mind about, I decided to take action and exert control over what I can control, and that is my everyday carry loadout. So my first move was to ditch the tactical EDC bag and find something a little more low profile. Because think about it like this. You're a crazy gunman, lonely incel, no friends. You're pissed off of the world. You cut through the fence at this festival celebrating garlic, and maybe you hate garlic. I don't know why he did it, actually. It's kind of weird, but maybe he does actually hate garlic, which would really be weird. But you cut through that fence line, and maybe you just start spraying people, right? Anybody within range. Or maybe you're a little more tactical about it, and you look around, and you see somebody carrying a bag like this. Immediately, you're going to recognize this type of gear, and you're going to think that guy probably has a weapon on him. So let me take him out first, and then I can move on to killing everybody else. Or the other scenario, which is security personnel, screening, bag searches, all of that. I can tell you based on the experience that I just had, I watched a guy go through bag screening at a water park and he had a pack like this. He was searched up and down, like literally, I mean, he zippers unzipped, you know, everywhere, checking out everything. And me with the non-tactical pack, my Maxpedition Prepared Citizen Classic, thank you very much. He literally opened up I opened up the main zipper. He looked in there and saw some towels, and that was it. So the increased attention that you get not only from an active shooter potentially, but also from security personnel for carrying a bag like this is something that you can just avoid by simply ditching the tactical look. Now, of course, screening personnel, if they're well trained, are going to look for more cues about a person and assessing them as a potential risk than just the pack itself. But based on my conversation with people who actually do this for a living, this type of thing does actually attract attention. And hey, listen, I saw it in real life. So it just makes sense for me to ditch this because I have the experience of seeing what attention it gets and go with something a little more low-key. And now, the moment you all have been patiently waiting for, the bag review. This is the Maxpedition Prepared Citizen Classic. Looks just like a JanSport. Hey, see, I got it right this time. Last video I was like, Jansen, it's JanSport, okay? This design is so stupid simple and average. It's been around since the 1960s. You probably had a book bag like this, or if you have kids, you're you've seen these designs before, right? So it attracts no attention. It's good stuff. I got a pack with a lot of essential gear. So we're gonna go over the pros and cons of the pack that I have here, some of the gear that I have inside, and then we'll talk a little bit about things that I don't like about this pack that were a little bit disappointing. And then we'll pivot back to smoking meth, worshiping Satan, conspiracy theories, red flag laws, and why, for the love of God, are you posting pictures of your toys on social media? The attention that you're getting is not good. The same people who report your post because it hurt their feelings are the same people who are going to have, you know who, knocking on your door at 3 a.m. So, repeat after me. Guns are bad. Only the government should own guns. And definitely assault weapons are the absolute worst. Okay? We're all just one human family. Why can't we all just get along? Okay, so now let's get into it. A quick hit list on the pack, pointing out the fact once again, guys, this design is stupid, simple, and boring. It attracts no attention. You don't even notice it. And maybe you would if you were up close and you saw the Maxpedition label, whatever. But it looks just like a typical school bag. But it has the top quality that you would expect from Maxpedition. The exterior is constructed of 1000D Teflon coated, which basically makes it waterproof. Not surprisingly, heavy-duty hardware, YKK zippers, Duraflex buckles, bar tacking, and just an overall heavy-duty construction for a pack of this size, which is really great because your average book bag is not going to have any of this at all. Now, there's a total of 3 compartments on this bag. On the outside, we have this larger main compartment, which has an integrated org panel and an attachment point for keys. Me personally, I can't do it. I got to have my keys on my person. If somebody grabs my bag or I lose it, boom, there goes my car. So I keep my keys on my person, but you know, that attachment point can be used for whatever. The other nice feature to point out about this compartment is the fact that it's Velcro enabled, which I absolutely love this trend. All I did was slap this 3-mag holder on here, put in my pepper spray, flashlight, and multi-tool, and it works out perfectly. And then, you know, if I want to run another pack that has Velcro, I just peel this off and stick it in the other bit of gear. So that Velcro functionality is just a big win in my opinion. Now, the small compartment. You guys have always seen packs with this small compartment here, and it's just a big empty space, and it's always bugged me because you just gotta like throw crap in there and then fish for it. It's a bunch of crap, and it's just annoying. So what I did is I found this org panel and I loaded it up with all my tech gadgets, so I can easily pull this out, get whatever I need going on, charging the phone, grabbing my, you know, my USB drive or whatever, and it gives me that organizational functionality without just filling this pocket full of a bunch of crap that I have to fish for. Now, onto the main compartment, the big one, which is just really just a big empty space. There's a sleeve here for body armor. You can throw a laptop in here as well. Even my 15-inch fits in there just fine. And there's also a zippered mesh pocket. And what I wanted here was another zippered pocket above it and maybe some Velcro somewhere where I could attach some pouches. That would have been nice. And just kind of like maybe they'll do that in the next version of this pack, hopefully. Or maybe, you know, some built-in internal pockets on each side where you can slip down a water bottle, poncho, you know, whatever. So there's that. Now, on to the concealed carry option. Here you go. Nice, recessed, and low profile. It's just big enough for my Glock 23 and a mag holder. And then, I mean, if you didn't want to put a weapon in here, you could probably put something else. Maybe you slip the body armor in there instead of, you know, in that that sleeve in the main compartment. I don't know. I haven't tried out either option, so I'm not sure how that would work out. And then on the back, got the usual stuff. Padded panel is nice and comfy. Grab handle, no sternum strap, which is kind of annoying. And then, the shoulder straps are, nothing to write home about. But you're not going to be carrying a lot of weight in this pack. So it's not a big deal, except for the fact that they just, like, if you run this with one strap, like off your shoulder, it will just slide off your shoulder, which, so that's kind of annoying. I like to have the straps constructed of maybe a little bit of a different material that would maybe have a little better hold on, like, my clothes or whatever. But, you know, hey, listen, whatever, it's all good. Finally, my 2 cents on mass shootings and gun control, because obviously this is my video, it's my channel, I'm going to share my opinion and how I think things are working out and how I've kind of adapted myself. Number one, I carry my weapon at all times now. I used to be really crappy about this and maybe 50% of the time or whatever. It doesn't matter. You know, people talk about, well, I'm not going to a bad area of town. Well, guess what? That doesn't even matter. You could probably be better off unarmed in a bad area of town like the hood versus your local Walmart where some nutcase is going to walk in there and start blasting people for no reason. So be prepared. Keeping in mind that just because you have a weapon doesn't really mean like you're somehow going to save the day. You know, you might freeze up. You may not be able to get it out in time. You might piss your pants, or you might run out with the rest of the herd. But at least you have that weapon on you, and hopefully you can take action that saves lives. So having it is better than not having it. And then, of course, hey, listen, it's always a good idea to train with your weapon. Number 2, practice situational awareness like your life depends on it, because it probably does. When you're in a public space, is a restaurant, Walmart, whatever, pay attention to the people around you. Don't have your head in your phone. Take attention and look for where's the entrance, where's the exit routes. Take note of cover and concealment near you. And maybe if you have a moment, think through a scenario. If I hear gunshots, what am I going to do? Am I going to find cover and deploy my weapon? What about the people who I may be with, my friends and family? And you know, am I the sheepdog who's herding them out to safety? You know, how is that going to play out? How am I going to handle it? And then number 3, fundamentally, the media machine is a business, and scared customers are way better than rational customers. If you actually want to advance your survival skills and evolve, you've got to tune out the vast majority of this chatter. Why concern yourself with matters outside of your control? That sounds like a recipe for a stressful, frustrated existence. You're really just better off focusing on what you can control. The reality is really just simple. The system will do whatever it takes to keep the public happy and retain power. If that means enacting red flag laws at the federal level and banning private sales of guns, then that's what's going to happen. And all the bitching and moaning by you on social media literally makes no fucking difference. So yes, of course, please get out and vote at your local, state, and federal level. But getting caught up in the toxic stream of negative vibes from the political scene will eat your soul and distract you from real life. Now, at least that's how it's played out for me. Your experience may vary. So listen, guys, if there is one thing that you get out of this video, let it be that somewhere right now or in the very near future, there's a lonely incel sitting in a dark room, illuminated by the light of his laptop, furiously typing out his manifesto and his screed against the world and everything that he hates. And he absolutely has no problem pulling that trigger. So you have to be prepared. You have to take the fact into consideration that you could go to Walmart and never come back. So be prepared, stay alert, be ready, carry your weapon at all times, and assess the situations that you're in. Don't have your head buried in a phone, because the people who aren't paying attention are the people laid out on the pavement, bleeding out and screaming, I don't understand, why did this happen? Why are you so angry? Why are you killing everybody? And then boom, they're dead. So don't be that person. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And then of course, hit me up in those comments. What are you guys thinking about those red flag laws? I think it's something that could go horribly wrong. So anyways, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.